movie cost Disney $260 million to make, only to barely make it back at the box office. It looks great, but how many times do we want to see the same cliche style Pixar developed over 20 years ago? It's time for a change, which is exactly why I'm creating a full-length animated movie in Blender, where absolutely everything is made of cubes. And I've already had a crazy journey over the past 16 weeks. I attempted to storyboard, started 3D modeling, and am now prevising, which is basically like making a 3D sketch of every scene of the movie. The goal this week is to finish last week's previses, which are so close to being done. Then, guys, we move to the next scene. Scene number 24, all the way to 27. I know I've said it before, but this is like my favorite of favorite scenes. So yeah, super stoked about doing that. I also have lots of school though to do, so gotta get that done also. I fixed a shot for scene 23 that was really bugging me by adjusting one of the angles to be wider and to show the scene in a simpler way. More complicated isn't always better. In fact, if you can strip a scene down to its bare roots, you might end up with something special. A good angle isn't good because it is good looking, it's good because it fits the scene, which fits the story. The question that needs to be asked is, does it tell the story that needs to be told? On that note, here are some excerpts of the animations that were submitted for my last-minute 3D challenge with the prompt, "Only dream of seeing." I thought the black hole here was pretty cool. I was blown away with the polished vibe and insane animation here. This guy remade a trippy video in 3 days. It's just like totally next level. And finally, David here submitted this still frame of a would-be animation, but I'll cut him some slack. We all know how long things can take to render. I'll be honest, it was really fun seeing all this. And before I forget, to top it all off, David made up for submitting a still frame in an animation contest. He rigged Betty Fleetfoot, and right here. Props to David for that. Please spam the comments with "Dave is the boss." And yes, I gave you a nickname. I'm sorry. Unfortunately though, despite all the fun and games here, I knew something was off. I apparently underestimated my ability to procrastinate and paid the price for it. But what I didn't know then was that it was only about to get worse. I managed to finish scene 22 while live streaming and got very close to completing scene 23. I really underestimated how much time I would actually need to put into timing the shots. Despite having live streamed for nearly 2 hours straight, I still realized that I could have done better with my time management throughout the day. I wasn't making the most of the time I had been given. We got some okay work done, honestly. We got 2 hours and 30 minutes clocked in, which is insane, but I won't lie to you guys. I wasted a ton of time just watching YouTube and scrolling, apparently. I admit it, I'm wasting time all over the place. 5 minutes there, 3 minutes here. It was really taking a toll on me. Ironically, the answer was there in front of me the entire time. YouTube was draining my life away. This might sound a bit dramatic, and it is, but in one sense, it is true. I must have racked up hours of time that I justified as looking for inspiration. I feel really dumb right now. It's almost 10. And I could have clocked in way more time if I had actually, spent my time more efficiently and stuff. It might sound stupid, but I don't know. If I don't watch any videos, I won't have new info, or I won't have inspiration. Literally, as I'm saying this, I'm figuring it out. I can get plenty of inspiration from real life. The foolish, childish part of me thought I needed to watch videos to stay inspired, but I was wrong. There is enough beauty in life in a jar of mossy dirt to inspire a man for a lifetime. It might be cliche, but in real life, all around me, there is inspiration galore. I had been doing myself a disservice searching for inspiration in a system that only wanted me to spend more time in the hamster wheel. Late that night, while lying awake in bed, it hit me. I needed to do something drastic. For the next 5 weeks till I graduate, which is in 4 weeks and 6 days, whatever, pretty close, I'm not gonna touch YouTube. While this might sound pretentious, this is something that I legitimately think will help me stay focused. So, it's 9:30 now, and I'm gonna get to work on the movie. A bit late here, but we're just gonna see what we get done. After writing an over-detailed outline for my paper, I finally was ready to tackle this movie. Even though I got less time in than normal, I felt like I had made good use of the time. I actually used the grease pencil to previs scene 25, which actually happened to be one shot. I woke up excited not to be distracted, which was weird. I didn't expect to find myself hyped to not watch videos, but for some reason, I was. That might be one of the reasons I got record amounts of schoolwork done. I found that when you simply embrace the monotonous and boring parts of life, in general, you become a happier person. You almost look at life a different way. You develop a palate to appreciate the exciting bursts in life and withstand the oh-so-common boring plateaus. I actually experienced a slight creative plateau while doing a live stream and really felt down about it.
So I did a live stream. I felt like it went absolutely terrible, but that's okay. I got okay work done, but I didn't have the chat up, which was weird because I'm not checking YouTube for the next 5 weeks.
The problems I faced while live streaming were honestly multifaceted, but that's not the point. Though it might sound silly, I, without knowing it, was missing the external validation of reading the chat that I had become addicted to. Not having an occasional message to look forward to made me realize how much I was focused on the wrong thing. Meanwhile, on the technical side of things, I had made another mistake. For some context here, I was trying to previs scene 26, which happens to be in the Fleetfoot's basement. Because I was a stubborn perfectionist, I refused to have an open mind while constructing the set. That resulted in an hour being spent trying to figure out how to make an architecturally accurate basement, which is really dumb. I was holding myself back. I should have done my homework and noted that there was only one other scene that happened to be in the basement. It didn't matter where the stairs were. No one was going to dissect the house to see if it was structurally sound, and therefore there was no reason to stress out over it like I did. The lesson, I guess, here is not to hold yourself back by things that you think you need to adhere to. I thought I needed to adhere to the confines of logical construction, but I didn't. At the end of the day, I thankfully realized how stupid the whole thing was and just decided to mock up the scene as I had it in my mind beforehand. From there, things went surprisingly well.
So here's the scene. Betty comes down the staircase and she looks at the hamster. This is the camera angles. Number 1 goes down. Number 2. I made a change to the script. It's super simple, but I've been holding myself back, guys. I'll admit it.
I apparently had subconsciously decided to follow the script to a T. In hindsight, this was a mistake. There might have been countless ideas I filtered out simply because I didn't want to change the script. At the end of the day, the script should be a living document, always being reformed to better the story. I might as well explain to you what's happening in this scene, give you some context so maybe you'll appreciate it more. So this is scene number 26, okay? This is what I'm prevising right now, and it's actually one of my favorite scenes. It's just so fun. There's so much potential for artistic liberty. Basically what happens is Betty can't sleep, so she goes down into their basement and finds an old VHS tape covered in dust, pops it in the VHS VCR player, whatever it is called, I don't know, and plays it. And on there is old recordings of Spud crushing it while he's racing, like just flying down the track like lightning, doing things that people didn't are supposed to be impossible. It gets really dramatic. First we show the screen, and then like we cut in, and like you still hear the announcer, and then it literally is the camera's inside the past. It's basically a flashback it turns into, where the horse just boom 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 on the whatever horses run on. Yeah, that stuff. Dirt, I guess, right? It's like the hooves are just thudding, boom 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 boom, and then the next scene is a stack of pancakes getting slapped down. I just had way too much fun writing it, and it was awesome, I feel like, and I'm just praying that'll turn out. Hi. Almost exactly 1 year ago, literally, I was writing this movie, and now I have the privilege of making it with you guys. Literally, this entire thing is insane, but a lot of what it turned into the final movie was written out here in this with interstellar music playing on my little Bluetooth speaker. It was the weirdest, most inspiring experience like ever. I never talked about it like really to anyone, which is so weird. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just had this swell of like gratitude, I guess. I don't deserve to be on this journey. And I didn't deserve to be able to somehow finish the script. I don't know how I finished it. And now what's even more insane is that I get to share this with you guys. Blows my mind. Thank you guys for
being a part of this. Scene number 26 is really going together. I remember writing this scene right here. It was right here. It was one night, and it was just a sudden aha moment, and I freaked out, and I was just like, this might work. It might just work. Something special happens in this scene. Time spent on the production, baby. 6 hours, 27 minutes, and 31 seconds. Let's go, baby. Wow, I can't believe that. Week 17 is over, and the journey has just begun. See you in next week's video. Bye-bye.